What's good? This is Marcus the Fingaz back at it again with another video. In this video, I'm going to make a beat and also test out some new sounds from Mercaloops, M-E-R-C-A. I think it's Merca, might be Mercaloops. They sent me some dope sounds that I haven't heard yet, so I'm going to test out some of their loops and maybe make a beat out of one of them. And then I'm also going to test out Multiband by Blue Bangu and in collaboration with Ali Ahmet from the beat community. Ali is an incredible person who has released who always informs producers about new products that's out there, new free stuff that's out there. He's part of a lot of great communities on Facebook and the iPad community and the producer community as a whole. So let's get right into it because I'm also limited by time. I have to get to work in about 20 minutes, so we'll see what I can get done in that time. So here we go. So I have Beatmaker 3 open here, and what I'm gonna do is go to my email where I have, let's see, these loops that Mercaloops sent my way, and we're just gonna pick one. I'm not even gonna listen to it. I'm just gonna go by name. I like the name Smoke. Hopefully it doesn't play. And what I'm gonna do is export this Smoke loop to Beatmaker 3. And while that's exporting, the link that Mercaloops sent me is a Dropbox link, and it goes from Dropbox. I can import directly into Beatmaker 3. It's in my samples directory. So you can see how I chop up my samples. We're going to go here to samples and Mercaloops. And it looks like it's on hold. I want it to be one shot. So when I hit it, so I'm just sight unseen. I already know it's probably going to sound dope, but I'm going to lower it by a couple semitones. Let's see if I can splice it up. I'm going to try to split it into 32 bands. I also add a high pass filter because I'm gonna take the bass out because I'll probably add my own bass. So we'll save that. And then what I also like to do is to go into each chop and just trim actually, I'm going to decide which ones I use, and then I'll just trim those specific chops. I'm also color coding the chops that I want to use, or at least so I can come back to them and come up with a melody. All right, we'll go with that. Let's see, find a tempo. I like that. So what I'm doing is time stretching the samples. What I'm going to do right now is also save because sometimes my session does crash. So I'm just going to call this Smoke, and I'm going to put Mercaloops information there, sample, save, and we'll come up with an idea. That's going to be my main sort of theme, and I'll probably just loop that all the way through. Let's see. Next we'll go to drums. Since I'm on a time crunch, I may just throw in some loops, or I may just come up with a quick pattern. Let's see, depending on how I feel. I'm going to go to cymatics. We'll just pick a random kit here. Let's go to Diamonds 2 Hip Hop, and let's go to some one-shots. We'll load the kick. add some percussion. Clap or hats. Right now I'm just picking random sounds because I am on a time crunch. So where sometimes I might take more time to pick the sound because I'm on a time crunch, I'm just deciding fast and just moving right along. Clap. Let's see what we can do here. I'm going to turn off, maybe I'll put this at 16. Cool, I like that. And then I'll probably go to duplicate and I'll record something here. Let's go. Actually, let me undo that because what I want to do is make sure my drums are quantized a little bit tighter. We'll say eighth. We'll do undo. Let's see. Now we'll do the hi-hat. So what I was doing is quantizing the drums so that they are on the beat. And then I think I'm going to duplicate that pattern again, and then right here we're going to try another drum. I like that. I'm going to merge all that together, and then with the drums, I tend to nudge them back just a little bit so that they line up a little bit more on the beat. So let's see if I can make that happen. And to do that, I'm going to have to get rid of the first drum hit on bar 1. There should be a kick drum on bar 1 that I have to get rid of, or let's do that. And I'll nudge all this back by a 64th note. So I just connected my keyboard so that I can play 808. With the 808, I might go with Audio Kit Bass 808. A free, not free, it was one of their discounted apps that they released last year. I was proud enough to create some, sorry about that, presets for this. So here we go. I'm going to just pick one that is way high. I like that one. We're just going to roll with that. Some of the processing I have on there, I have this EQ that I just messed up. That was down here, around 60. And then dynamics, I usually sidechain with the kick drum so that when the kick hits, the 808 ducks out a little bit. FAC banded, I'll probably go with this warmer mix, Il Vecchio, and then I'd go into FAC Maxima, usually with sub bass max, I believe. And that is my 808. I will lower that a little bit. And we will hit record. So yeah, I like that. I'm gonna hit save there. And then what I'm gonna do is duplicate the sample track, and I'm gonna see if I can figure out the Blue Mangoo multiband. So I'm gonna go to my audio effects. I'm going to add, where is it? Audio units. I'm gonna go to multiband right here, put it on this plugin. So what I can do is split up this sample track into different multibands. There is literature online that you can find that explains why it's not just using like a high pass filter and a low pass filter. There's crossover filters and everything that's being involved. So on this first track here, what I'm gonna try to do is put that into, I'm gonna do a linked group. So I'm gonna have this be, let's see, let's say I split it up into 3 different parts. I'm gonna have this one go to link group 1, and link group 1, I'm just gonna have output bands 1, and then on the second track, track D here, I'm also going to add the multiband link group 1, and I'm going to have X2 and 3. So if I did this the way I think I did it in my mind, the C track here should just be the low, and then D track there should be the highs. So what that allows me to do is do different processing on the different sort of elements of the track. So what I can do is, let's say for the intro, up to measure 5, I can just have that low, and I would probably take out the drums. Do different processing on different tracks like that. So it's a really powerful way to split up. There is something similar on the desktop that I used to use that would like sort of split the frequency bands. It actually was a frequency band, but I used to use Air Kill EQ a lot to just click an EQ and drop that EQ out. So I would really use multi-output or multiband by Blue Mango Ali Ahmed for this purpose, where I can split a sound into different frequencies, and then I can affect those frequencies differently. Specifically within Beatmaker 3, there are great videos. I believe Mobile Music Pro has a video out on how you can do it in Cubasis 3. There's also some videos that you can tap into online, but this is how I would use it in Beatmaker 3. Also, so one thing to note, what I just did, what I shouldn't do yet. So at the beginning is that this sample, which is sort of the low frequencies, maybe I'll rename that sample low. And then the second one is the sample with the mid and high, huge, mid and high. The only way to get the full sound of the original, of the sample, the way that it should sound, is to have those tracks together, but when I want to do different effects, I'll have to take one out. So at the beginning, I just want the low, and then maybe I'll have it together in the middle, and then maybe at the sort of the third part there, I'll just have the mids and highs. And then what I'm going to do now is try to find another sound that I want to work with, and just finish out the track, hopefully in a few minutes. So in this app, you can basically design the type of sound you want. This is called Spectrum by, I don't remember who it was by. We'll go to show plugin. Actually, we'll go to, I don't want to unload it because I know I'm down to a time crunch. So we'll just come up with an idea. So I'm just going to try to add something with Spectrum here. So that's one, and then I'm gonna add one more sound, probably piano. I try to stay away from it, but sometimes I just don't get away from it far enough. Ravenscroft 275, one of my favorite pianos, between that and retro piano on the iPad. Ravenscroft is my favorite sort of live piano, and retro piano is my favorite sort of affected piano that has lo-fi and all these different type of effects on there. Let's see. gonna mess around. Here we go. I'm gonna turn off quantize. When I play piano, I don't want it quantized because I do stuff that's in between the tempo, the grid. So that's basically it. And that's also basically my time. But shout out to Ali Ahmed with the Blue Multiband. I really like what it does. Again, there is some literature online. If I can find, I thought I had it open. Discord has a great breakdown. They actually took it from the, I think the Blue site, where they tell you like what is the difference, specifically in this paragraph here, what is the difference between using high pass and low pass filters. So if you want to get into all that, but it's really a great way to split up a sound into different frequency bands. For my use case at least, it's a great way to split up those sounds into different frequency bands. You can use it in AUM, you can use it in Cubases, maybe in GarageBand. Maybe there's a guide out there for GarageBand, but I'm probably going to use it more than likely in Cubases and Beatmaker 3 because those are my two main DAWs on the iPad. Thank you for checking this out. More videos on the way, more music on the way, of course. Stay tuned. Be safe and be well, everyone. All right, peace.